I greet you all in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, the beneficent, the omnipotent God, the one and the only, the omnipresent, the omniscient. We are here presenting the program on religions, and in this time we are talking about Islam and Christianity, the two major religions in the world today. And if we are able to have good understanding of what Islam is all about and what Christianity is all about, there will be no friction, religious friction at all. But due to lack of understanding of what is Islam, of what is Christianity, we see people fighting unnecessarily. And we need, as at this age, where we have discovered so much, where we have got to know so much about religions, it will be very unfortunate. It will be a mark of dissent if such information are kept to oneself. So in this case, we are now talking about things that should be of benefit to each and every one of us, to the Muslims, to the Christians in particular. We have a book here called The Rare Sermons, 700 pages, and another book, Allah is the Almighty God, 550 pages, which is a rejoinder to a book written in 1990 by G.J.O. Moshe, titled Who is This Allah? It is very beneficial for us to know what is religion, what is Islam in particular, and what is Christianity essentially. Now, we have a book telling us what? Clarifying issues that have been the cause of conflict. And I will simply mention 1, 2, 3 of them, so that by the time we get to know, we'll realize that there is no need for us to fight at all. In the Islam, does Islam at all allow anyone to be a killer, to take a gun and shoot somebody without provocation, even when he is provoked? Is it permissible for a Muslim to go into an aircraft and plant bomb and get it exploded and everyone dies? Is it part of Islam? Unprovoked aggression. You'll be surprised that all these features are un-Islamic. In the military, they can have such a strategy where soldiers can go on suicide mission. It is part of their own work. They can do that. Soldiers can do that when they're at war. They can fly an aircraft and go into the enemy territory and get themselves bombed and destroy their enemies. That is in the military. The current military system allows that, where the soldiers can go on suicide mission. They will be aware before they leave in their barracks. They will give them this final salute that, look, soldier this and that and that, this is suicide mission. If he comes back, all well and good. If he doesn't come back, no problem. But he's aware that 90% it might be dead over there. So that is the mission. That is one of the hazards of the military. It's highly recognized. So, but in Islam, what is the provision of Islam about this? One can be killed, but the provision of Islam is that you can only kill a man in cause of justice. You cannot just kill someone, you annoyed me, and then I get you stabbed, or because we're fighting over one or two little things, I get you killed. It is not part of Islam at all, in any way. Unprovoked aggression is not part of Islam. But it suits the game plan of the enemies of Islam to say that, oh, this Muslim, they are aggressors, they are killing people here, they are killing people there, they are terrorists, they are this. It is untrue. It is like calling a dog a bad name in order to get it hanged. They know they are the ones. Look at the history of criminalities in the world. Look at what they call the Holocaust. Look at the genocide. The greatest killer who precipitated the most devastating war in the world was Adolf Hitler. He wasn't a Muslim. He was a Christian, a Catholic for that matter. And you saw the most savage war ever fought by mankind was at the instance of Adolf Hitler. He was a top-rated Catholic. And the Catholics were praying for him to overcome the whole world. We all saw what happened. It was on account of the war, at the end of it all, that NATO was formed, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization was formed, and the Eastern Europe formed the Warsaw Pact until it got cracked. So you can see that what they are accusing the Muslims of doing, they were the ones who are guilty of it, not the Muslims. They are lying on us. And it has been so for so long, and up till now, they are still saying it. They're lying about us in order to call us a bad name, so that to make Islam unappealing to people. They paint us in murky colors and dirty colors before their people. But when they now discover Islam, they say, why are you relying on us all the while? For example, I have mentioned, if you check in Surah Al-Ma'idah, you will find it there clearly stated that you must not kill except in cause of justice. If anybody kills, he must be killed. That is the rule. There is no two way about it. Islam went further to say that abortion, don't kill your babies because of poverty. There is no money to take care of the baby and all that, then you now get the baby killed. Islam does not allow it. Even abortion, Islam does not allow you to do it. On what? Because you don't have money, you have to kill your babies? So you can see the sanctity of life before Islam. Islam cherishes goodness. Islam cherishes qualitative life. And Islam cherishes preservation of human lives. So we are not killers. They are lying on us. Look at the world today. All the weapons of mass destruction. Who invented it? Who are the ones spreading it? Who are the ones selling it? Look at the gullible combatants in other parts of the world. The people who are producing the weapons are not fighting. They will now produce the weapon for us to keep on fighting. And look at the amount of money we are wasting on weapons every year. The money being spent on weapons is sufficient to feed the whole world. The money being spent on weapons alone, killer weapons, deadly weapons, is enough to feed the whole world. So what is the problem? They kept on day by day more sophisticated weapons that can destroy the whole of humanity at once. They have now got to a stage where now they have gotten so much of the weapons of mass destruction, and they are so scared of themselves now. They are now recognized what they call the MAD, M-A-D, mutually assured destruction. They cannot fight one another because they are scared. Between the East and the West, you can see the balance of terror. The terrorists are not the Muslims. They are the terrorists, and they are aware of it. They are only pretenders. They are only instilling inferiority complex that on many Muslim nations, look at them now. How can a top-rated Muslim nation be allowing itself to be dominated by inferior alcoholic drinks, to be taken to the sacred land of Islam? Can't you see the problem we are? That is part of it. Another country seeking to become a member of the European Union, a top-rated Islamic nation, shedding off the values of Islam because you want to be part of them. You see, let us be careful. Let us mind our duties as Muslims and recognize the values of Islam. And let us tell the people, let us tell the whole world that we are not the killers. They are the killers. And where did they get the instruction to be killers? I said they got that instruction from the Bible. If you check Jeremiah in the Old Testament, Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 10. You know what he said? He said, don't ever relax in curtailing the work of the Lord. Don't allow your sword to be, the blood on your sword, don't allow it to be dry. You must continue to kill. It's in the Bible. That is Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 10. Continue killing. Don't allow your sword to be dry of blood. And they say we are the killers. Where is the instruction to kill in Islam? Islam says before you can kill, it has to be in cause of justice. Somebody who was killed, take him to court. If he's guilty of murder, you kill him now. And funny enough, the Christians are saying it is not good to kill. Don't kill them. No, 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 no. Death penalty is a sin. But a sinner, a murderer, can kill about 200 people, like someone who killed someone somewhere, I think in Denmark or so. He killed 77 people. They arrested him. You know what he said? The man was sad. So what's the problem? He said, I wish I had killed more. After 77, he still wants to kill more. He finished the children, the school pupils, and all of them at the same time. The Bible is specific about it. Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 10. Check it up. You'll find it there. Don't allow your soul to be dry of blood. Let it be soaked in blood every time, every day. Never you take a break from killing. That is what it means. From bloodshed. Don't allow your sword to be dry of blood. But what do you have in Al-Islam? Never you kill except in the cause of justice. And never you be the aggressor. Don't carry out unprovoked aggression. You can see what is the beauty of Islam. Don't get Islam distorted. If you want to find out more about it, check Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5 of the Al-Quran, and read it from verse 1 to verse 40. You'll get the details. If you want to find out of the criminality of never allowing your sword to be dry of blood, keep killing, committing murder every day, check Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 10. Then you can take a decision on your own.